Hi and welcome to the safety briefing video for the Gower Triathlon. First of all, thank you so much for choosing to enter one of our races. It's very, very much appreciated. Also, thank you so much to all the sprint athletes that originally entered on the Sunday that now moved to the Saturday. It's just, we've always prided ourselves in being open and honest with our athletes, and there's just not enough numbers to warrant running as a festival over 2 days as originally planned. We left it as long as we could. Hoping there'd be a late burst of entries. That said, Saturday's promising to be really, really good. It'll be a full race. The atmosphere will be incredible as always, and Portainen is a stunning location. So thanks again to everybody for that. Now, first thing to say is everything that you need to know is in your event information pack or in the event website. You should have been emailed the event information pack. If you haven't got it, maybe check your spam or your junk folders. Sometimes they slip into there. If not, go onto the event website. You can download it from there, no problem. Have a good read, get to know where you've got to be at what time, etc, etc. Registration is in the car park in Portainen, so it's a nice little flow. Come in, park your car, register. We must bring your photo ID for registration. And it's really, really important that you are there to register for safety reasons. And please, you see all the time people potentially advertising slots. You're going to come and register and pass them on. That's really, really dangerous. And we have had incidents where we really do need to know your medical details or your next of kin. Hopefully that won't be the case in Gower, but there's a very, very good reason why it's really, really bad idea to do that. So register. Get yourself ready, buy your car, whatever, and then when you head to transition, again, all the times of reg and transition are all in your event information pack. When you head over to transition, make sure you're ready, okay? So make sure your helmet is on and fully fastened and your numbers on your bike. They're the couple of things that you need to do to get into transition. Once you're in transition, make sure you know where your outs and ins are. So there will be signs up, which is easy to see in the morning when you're just wandering around and having a little chat with everyone. Not so easy when the actual race is live and there's potentially a lot of bikes in transition. So know where your swim in is, your bike out, your bike in, and your run outs are. That's really, really important. You make your home, etc. Make your way over to the start line. So your start line is on the beach, but you must go via the finish line arch. So what we do is we chip you over the finish line essentially, and that's our way of counting you into the water. So it's really important you go under that finish line on the way to the start line. Now we got two distances. We got an Olympic distance or a standard distance and a sprint distance, both running at the same time. So what will happen is we will start the swim. Olympic distance, you will be doing 2 laps and you'll stay in the water. A sprint distance, you'll be doing 1 lap and coming out the water. We pride ourselves in having a fantastic water safety team, South Wales water safety team. Every single person you see on that water is professionally trained. So if you're a little bit worried about swimming or it's not your thing, hopefully you take some comfort in that as well. Now, if you get in trouble, lie on your back, put your hand in the air. Sounds a bit of a bizarre thing to say, but it means you stand out amongst the crowd, okay? If you wave at a paddler, they won't necessarily see it because it very much looks like front crawl. So lie on your back, put your hand in the air, and they will come and help you. Now, if you need their help and then can carry on, you won't be disqualified. I think that's really important to tell you. But for the lying on the back, putting your hand in the air scenario, that means forward-facing strokes only. So basically, you can do any stroke apart from backstroke. It's an anti-clockwise swim. It will be a beach start, but, and there's a big but, Portainen is quite rocky entering the water and exiting the water. So it's really, really important that you enter that water slow. Now, I say this every year, and I do it in every video, and I do it, we'll repeat the message over the tannoy on the day, over the PA system, and you still see people charging in. Now, you can do that, but it's at your own risk. It's rocky, really rocky underfoot. So it's basically walk down, get up to your knees, stroke thighs, and then swim off. Off you go, okay? Same when you come back in. Try and swim as shallow as you can. It just means less chance of any sort of any damage to your feet with the conditions as you come out the water. So you've exited the water, you run up into transition, find your bike out onto the bike course. Now, really, really important that as soon as you cross that mount line, you can get on your bike. And similarly, when you come back off the bike course, you've got to dismount before the mount line, okay, as well. It's also really important that you're not allowed to unrack your bike before your helmet is fully fastened, on and fully fastened, okay, really important. So you're out onto the bike course. Couple of things to remember. You are riding on open roads, okay? Now, hopefully we're early enough in the day that there won't be too much traffic about, but it's the same for everyone, okay? So do not take any chances. The biggest risk out on that bike course is you as an athlete taking risks when there just isn't any need for it. You've also got to ride within the highway code at all times. Also ride within your ability, because it's really easy within the an event to sort of get caught up in it and ride outside your ability. Again, that's you as an athlete that's putting yourself at risk. Also, ride within the conditions of the road. Now, that could be potentially some rough conditions on the road, maybe potholes, or it could be wet, it could be narrow, there could be cattle, livestock on the road. So basically, riding in the conditions of the road means you ride in an applicable speed for that conditions of the road. Now, out on the course, you go through the village of Reynoldston. There's a cattle grid there. Anytime you go over a cattle grid, first thing to say is just ride over it. Just ignore it's there, okay? Don't slow down, don't brake, definitely don't brake on it, especially if it's wet. But once you go over that cattle grid, it's really important that keep in mind that there could be livestock on course, okay? So that's your sort of cue for that as well. Up over Kenbryn, beautiful, beautiful section of the course. Come down Kenbryn, and that's where the course splits in two. So the standard distance or Olympic distance will be turning right at the end of Kenbryn, and you sprint athletes will be turning left. Okay, so that's really important. We'll be signed, we'll be marshalled. In fact, the whole course will be signed with the fluorescent yellow background and black arrows. And also what we do is probably quite important to tell you that when we sign a junction, we do generally 3 signs where we can. The first sign is to give you a bit of a warning that there's a junction approaching. Second one is actually on the junction. And the third one is just a confirmation just after the junction that you're on the right track, okay? Head out around your applicable course. You'll both sort of merge just past Nelston, and you'll be heading back into Portainen. Now, Portainen Hill, you'll know how steep it is because you come up it. You've got to scrub your speed off right at the top. We'll put some slow signs. Again, you guys are the only ones putting yourself at risk. Okay, we have had some incidents in the past where people haven't listened to the advice given and come unstuck. Okay, so scrub your speed off right at the top. Again, riding the conditions of the road, which means it's steep, it's narrow. There can be pedestrians on the road as well. Okay, so everybody else has a right to be there, not just us. That's really important. Head back into transition. Do your thing with your bike. You know where your run out is. Head out onto the run course. Beautiful, beautiful run course. It's mixed terrain, so take care underfoot conditions. And the distance is as follows. For the Olympic stroke standard, it's 4 laps. And for the sprint, it's 2 laps. Now that's really cool because you come back through the sort of race HQ a number of times. For spectators and things, it's real fun. Then you get to see, if you've got family and friends with you, they get to see you on a number of occasions. Then you come into the finish line. I hope we'll have an amazing finish line there for you. Get your very, very, very well-earned medal at that finish line. Now, we are super passionate about where we deliver our events. So litter is massively important to us, as in lack of it. So whether you're in the event pre-race, whether you've got spectators coming with you, whether you're on the course, whether you've finished, please, please, please put the litter in a bin, or if you can't find a bin, just take it home with you. Last few races have been really, really good in particular, so I want to thank you for that, and I really want the Gower Triathlon to be exactly the same. Also, the team are super, super busy making the final preps, mostly aimed at giving you guys the best possible experience. So if you can refrain from emailing in or messaging in, as I say, all the information is on your event pack or online. So if you if you need any information, just hunt it down yourself first. It'll be massively appreciated. And lastly, from me and all the team, we wish you an amazing race. We can't wait to welcome you in Portainen, and it's going to be an awesome day.